Chemical hazards are hazardous substances that can cause harm. They can be very dangerous, but might not always be immediately identifiable in the workplace. For example, when considering who may be at risk, you might not immediately think of hairdressers, florists, cleaners, waiters, bartenders, or nail technicians. Cleaning chemicals are used in almost every workplace to maintain good hygiene standards. Incorrect use of cleaning chemicals can have serious impacts, including allergic reactions, asthma, and respiratory irritation. One good example are shampoos and conditioners. Which do you think among these shampoo bottles is safe for use? Let's see if you chose the right one. As you see, if you pick the one with a warning label, it might lead to hazardous results. These are all substances that we safely use at home without considering the risks. However, hair dye, shampoos, conditioners, and henna products, among other substances regularly found in hair and beauty salons, can have serious health impacts if you don't take the proper precautions. Another cause of chemical hazards are nail glue, nail polish remover, primers, and artificial nails. Incorrect use and storage of these substances can result in a range of serious health and safety risks. For example, skin and respiratory irritation, headaches, dizziness, sickness, occupational asthma, cancer, and fire hazards. Now let's say you're the girl and after you're done with your nails you decide to grab a snack. Knowing that nail polish can be considered as a chemical substance, which one will you eat? Using a fork on a spaghetti or using your hands on a slice of pizza? Let's see if you chose the right one. As I mentioned before, nail polish can be considered as a chemical substance, so it is not smart to use your bare hands for eating, for you might end up consuming the chemicals as well, so using utensils like a fork is a must. The last example of chemical hazard that we're going to tackle today is welding fumes. These fumes include ozone, nitrogen oxides, chromium and nickel oxides, and carbon monoxide. Sometimes the fumes caused by welding activities can pose many hazards. Now, among this headgears, which one do you think is necessary for welding to avoid possible hazardous chemical effects? Is it the first one, a gas mask, a protective iron mask, or a helmet? Let's see if you chose the right one. Like I mentioned before, welding activities pose many hazards, including exposure to invisible gaseous fumes. Exposure to these gases can cause serious health impacts, including occupational asthma, cancer, and even burns, especially without the proper gear. A gas mask would help, but it won't protect you from the burns, so the iron mask is the right answer. Now that we're done with chemical hazards, let's talk about physical hazards. Physical hazards are environmental factors that can harm an employee without necessarily touching them. One example is electricity. In the picture, click the one you think might cause a physical hazard to the electrician. Let's see if you chose the right one. Like I mentioned before, physical hazards are environmental factors that can harm an employee without necessarily touching them. Bad weather is an environmental factor which can result to serious injuries and fatalities, including electric shocks, burns, explosions, and falls from height. The risk is increased in wet conditions, where a worker's equipment and surroundings can also become live.